fans, and welcome to Coach's Corner. It's breakfast with the coach right here at Coach's Corner every Saturday morning from 9 to about 10:30. But today we're here. Today we're here. Got the internet glitch hopefully worked out, and we're ready to go. And once again, it's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report every Saturday morning from 9 to about 10:15, 10:30, right here at Coach's Corner. Okay, and it's great to be here. We talk all sports, all local, all the time. And that's what it's all about. And once again, I got to thank John Henderson and, of course, Coach's Corner for being my sponsor, for letting me do this here every Saturday morning since way back in March. And got little kids playing over here. So that's part of Coach's Corner. So once again, it's a lot of fun. There's breakfast going on. Breakfast is here at Coach's Corner, Tuesday through Friday, 7 o'clock to 10:30. Saturday from 8 to 11. Come on out. There's a gazillion TVs. You want to watch a game early, you want to watch ESPN Sports Center, they'll do it with you. But once again, I thank you for joining me. It's always a lot of fun being here, and we're ready to go. So what do we do here on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report? We start out with all local news, local highlights. I'll give you the high school football scoreboard from last night. I got to thank Frank Silkowski, Amy Zimmer, and the Frenzy for me highlights from last night's games. Got to talk about last night's games. Just a lot of exciting games going on last night. In segment number 2, we're going to pick the winners with the columnist, Stephen Elmo Weeks. Does a great job. He's 8-7 on the year on picking the winners. We also will break down Georgia Bulldog football. They're taking on Vanderbilt today. We'll talk about that. Then segment 3, we bring on the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic after the week. This kid is off to a phenomenal start. He's only a sophomore over at Calvary Day School. We're talking about the quarterback, Jake Merklinger. And then in quarter number 4, we're going to talk about TopSoccer. That's right. Tormenta has a program that comes in here every Sunday at Jennifer Ross Park. It's a soccer program for kids with disabilities. All right. I'm going to talk to the man himself, the vice president of Tormenta AFC. Okay. Tormenta Academy Football Club. And that's, of course, Brad Nein. Dr. Brad Nein to us now. And then I'll wrap it up. 3 out the door at the end of the show. All right, so let's go to the high school scoreboard. Okay, I got to look at my notes over here. So if I'm looking away from you, I do apologize. Here's the high school scoreboard. Thursday night in double overtime, Liberty County beats Johnson in double overtime, 22-20. Last night, all right, Richmond Hill, first win of the season. In the Hill, first home game, they beat Bradwell 37-10. Up in the Ham, we had the Battle of the Ham. Effingham counting last night, 34-0. Then we come back down here in Memorial Stadium. 2 top 10 teams, 1 in 5A, the Ware County Gators. They were ranked number 2. And, of course, Benedictine was ranked number 4. Benedictine with a big 49-42 win. Congratulations to Danny Britt and the Cadets. All right, then we go to Class 4A, 3A. That's the same thing, but we'll go to Islands and Beach. We're at the Island Stadium. Islands comes away with a 14-6 game, thrilling game. Beach still looking for their first win under Michael Thompson. All right, then we go to Class A, region play, public, Class A. Bryan County beats Skirvin County 14-12. Go Redskins. Okay, Strong Rock Christian comes in for Calvary Day's homecoming. I will change it. I got it mixed up on my on Prep Sports Report. Calvary Day 42, Strong Rock Christian 14. Savannah Christian goes up to Macon, takes on Mount Des Sales, and comes away with a big 14-7 win. Savannah Country Day lost Kenny Odom 2 weeks ago. They haven't found it yet, but close game up at Stratford Academy. Stratford Academy 27-20. Over in Garden City, Battle of Giza. Big-time private school rivalry. Memorial Day School loses to St. Andrews. Memorial Day School holding their homecoming, loses to St. Andrews 35-12. And Hillhead Prep came across the bridge to take on Bethesda. It was 22-14. All right, so I'm going to try and keep up with the scripts while the videos are going. Once again, we got to start on Thursday night. Okay, we had Johnson taking on Liberty County, all right, at Island Stadium. And let's see how it works here. Okay, here's Thursday night, 22-20, Liberty County double overtime win. All right. We're going to get into the first quarter here. Liberty quarterback is sacked, okay, by Johnson safety Jamari Taylor. Same drive, Singleton steps up back, goes through the air, connects with receiver Paul Brown, wide open for a touchdown, 55 yards. Okay, Liberty County goes up 6-0. Johnson comes right back on the next possession. Quarterback Keon Edwards. Okay, hands off to running back Nolan Baker up the middle for a big gain. Second quarter, same drive. Edwards to bank it again, who puts the finishing touches in the zone. Okay. Referees had to go to make sure it was a touchdown. All right, so back-to-back solo tackles for Cooper on the 5 minutes left in the second quarter. Singleton swings it out to running back Marquise Johnson. Dips and dodges his way through traffic all the way to the house. 2-point conversion is good. 14-8 Panthers. But we have to go to overtime for this game, and Liberty County beats the Adams Smashers 22-20. All right, so the big one from last night. Ware County against Benedictine. I mean, it's packed.
What's that talking about, baby?
This was a first-class prize fight. Okay, there's Mr. Castellanos going to UCF. He's all-world. Last year he did it to BC here, Benedictine, and there's a big running back up the middle for Ware County, Norton. Okay, big strike to the corner. Castellanos hits Coachman for the touchdown. We're all tied up. Benedictine comes right back, quickly moves. Gurna putting up in the air, and who's got the ball? Zaquan Bryant. Was that Bryant? Yep, Zaquan Bryant. The sophomore phenom over there for Beast. A couple of plays later, Cadets knocking on the door. Gurna sneaks in. He had 3 touchdowns on the night. All right. Referees are, no, that was Justin Thomas going in for the touchdown. Referees had to get together, had to find out who the ball. They're going to give it to the Cadets. Okay, Cadets go on, but this would go back and forth all night long. I tried to find and highlight this. Castellanos throwing it down the field, picked off. Big pick off right there for the Cadets. Holden Sapp would do one later on, 55-yard touchdown. And the Cadets go on to win 49-42. Okay, we're rolling right along here. Next up, the Battle of the Ham. It wasn't a contest. Effingham County all.
Hand off to them. Number 11, Matthew Ford on the carry. It's the Rebel touchdown.
Nothing. All right, so now we're going to go to across the down the road here in Savannah. We're going to. Here we are, Strong Rock Christian against Calvary for homecoming. Cavaliers all over the place. I mean, swing pass right there, but there's the defense. That Cavalier defense has been unreal all year long. All right. Calvary offense going to work. A couple plays later, Jake Merklinger. This kid's thrown for like 70%. Okay, a little juke right there. Give him the touchdown. What a play right there. You see it. Donovan Johnson. I mean, this kid's only a freshman. Calvary is loaded with a lot of underclassmen. It's pretty special over there at Calvary Day School. Mark Stroud rejuvenated. He's helping out with the defense. Little swing pass there again. I mean, look at this. I mean, it's all Cavaliers in this one. 42-14. Cavaliers are now 6-0. They come into the tough part of their schedule. Stratford Academy next week, so we'll see how it goes. That's going to be a big test for the Cavaliers right there. And the last one, Battle of the Lions, Battle of the Matadors, out at Garden City Stadium. Homecoming for Memorial Day School. Okay. 35-14. It was a close game. Matadors were down 4 players. COVID-19. They did have a player get hurt. Hopefully he's okay. But what a run right here. Okay. Let me get his name. All right, quarterback, his teammate who was not listed on. It looks like his knee was down, but the whistle stops. Kendall showing off his arm, but it's picked off by the Lions. Zaire Edwards, another phenom here, young sophomore, or I think freshman here in Savannah, Georgia. Zaire Edwards, you can hear that, steps on the gas, however, looks to turn. Now we got another pickup, Memorial Day, 4th quarter. And Kendall calls his own number. He's going to get into the end zone. 21-14 at this point. Memorial Day cuts the lead, but it winds up being 35-14 Lions. They go to 2-1. So Blake Henry has those Lions off to a 2-1 start. So those are the highlights. I got to thank, of course, Frank Silkowski and, of course, Amy Zimmer for giving those every week. Hopefully you enjoyed them. I know I'm trying to do their script with my script. It's kind of tough, but it's a lot of fun getting that every week. Next up, we're going to talk a little Georgia football. We're going to pick the winners. That's right. Stephen Elmo Weeks, the columnist. Going to talk about Georgia Vanderbilt. Then he's going to pick 5 games that he thinks that are a lock. No, but he's 8-7. That's pretty good. Over 50% picking games by the spread. So you're watching The Coach, breakfast at Coach's Corner with the Coach every Saturday morning from 9 o'clock till about 10:15, 10:30. Breakfast with Coach is from 8 to 11 during a week, Tuesday through Friday, from 7 to 10:30. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. I want to thank the people who support the show. Once again, it's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network.
All time, that's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting it equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering. We ain't New York style. We are
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
All right, a little internet glitch there. I do apologize. Next up, we'll be talking and picking the winners and talking UGA football with, of course, my man, Stephen Elmo Weeks, the Columnist, as I call him. But welcome back. It's Breakfast at Coaches with the Coach every Saturday morning from 9 to about 10:15, 10:30, talking about all local sports, all local news that pertains to sports right here at Coach's Corner. Once again, Coach's Corner is a proud sponsor of the Karl DeMasi Sports Board every Saturday. We've been doing this since COVID-19 started way back in March of 2020. I got to thank John Henderson and Dell Henderson let me do this because we're all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. All right, UGA, big win last week, big game this week. Big win last week over South Carolina, had no problem. They take on Vanderbilt this week at 12 o'clock kickoff. So if you hang in there, watch tight, because every Saturday morning we'll pick the winners with the columnist, Stephen Elmo Weeks. He's coming into the season. He's coming into the 4th week, 8 wins or 8 correct picks, 7 wrong picks, but that's over 50%. That's pretty good for someone picking games with the spread. He'll let you know right now. So here it is, picking the winners, talking UGA football with the man himself, Stephen Elmo Weeks.
And once again, fans, it's Pick the Winners segment. This is when we get the columnist, Stephen Elmo Weeks, to come on and pick 5 games each week. He's been doing this now for 3 weeks. He's 8-7. He's over 500. That's not bad, but it's very tough because he's not just picking teams. He's picking against the spreads. So joining us now on the Coach's Corner hot seat is the man himself, the columnist, Stephen Elmo Weeks. What's up, Stephen? How's it going?
It's going good, man. So you said it, 8-7, and I did some research this week, Carl. And so professional sports gamblers, bettors, are trying to finish about 55 to 57%. So I'm not that far off of that. I'm at 8-7. I'm not quite there, but we're close. So it's hard. Against the spread is just it's tough, man. These guys in Vegas, that's, as they say, that's why they have that's why the casinos are so big, right?
Yeah, and I got to tell you, somebody's listening because I got approached. They want to know, how is Weeks picking these games against the spread? Does he have a formula, or is he just going off the top of his hat? I said, if you catch his little write-up every Sunday morning breaking down the top 10, the man breaks down these games. It's not just like he's throwing it out there, and he doesn't go by last year or the last 5 years or the last 10 years. I don't know why people do that. While the last 10 years, Notre Dame beat Wisconsin 7 out of 10 times.
Yeah, who cares?
It's the same players.
It doesn't matter, yeah. Well, I do. I watch a lot of sports. I genuinely enjoy watching college sports. Like, I watch a lot of college basketball, a lot of college football. And when you watch it, you start to see sort of, patterns, I guess you would call it. Like, I think that there's teams out there, and I just like watching it almost no matter who it is, right? So I like watching the Sun Belt, and I like watching American Athletic Conference. Last night's game was fantastic. Marshall and Appalachian State, and Appalachian State looked like they were going to lose that game the whole night and then came back and won. I just love watching sports, and once you start watching it, you get interested in trying to predict what's going to happen, and then there's also some ego involved. So I think I'm smarter than Vegas, which obviously is not true. But it's fun, man. I like watching the games and having a little interest in what the outcomes are.
All right, before we get into our picks, we do this every week. We talk about your alma mater, the Bulldogs, Georgia. I mean, I think they got an easy walk this week. Vanderbilt.
Yep.
So I hope they're not looking down the road for those Hogs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think Vanderbilt. I don't think it really matters what we do. More bad news, a little bit out of Georgia though. We lost a starting member of the secondary this week. Looks like probably for the season. Although Takin Smith, who transferred in from West Virginia, is going to try to play this week, I think. And hopefully, what Kirby and the guys will do is play everybody. I just don't think it matters how badly you beat Vanderbilt. I think if you can let the first teamers score a couple touchdowns, but especially on defense and maybe even some of the wide receivers, the younger guys, play everybody. Try to get everybody some touches and some reps because it just looks like there's going to be an injury bug this year. So everybody's got to be ready to go. So, again, I think the Georgia scout team could probably beat Vanderbilt. So beating Vanderbilt is not really much of an issue. It's more just let's get everybody some live game reps and because I got to tell you, next week you better be ready because Arkansas is really good. Sam Pittman has done a great job with them. He obviously circles this one on his calendar every year that they get to play us because he used to work there. And I think that's going to be a really hard, physical, tough. We're lucky though, Vanderbilt. Maybe they get beat up a little bit. We got right after this game, Georgia has a really hard, real schedule. You got Vanderbilt, and then Auburn, and then of course you really get into the meat of the schedule with Florida and Kentucky and all of them. So this is the last scrimmage. But again, tomorrow it's. We'll watch the first half like last week, but that's about all that's worth watching.
You think they'll get them by 35 points?
Again, I think it's a lot like last week. They'll get them by however many they feel like getting them by. Will they cover 35? I mean, they could. But I don't know that Kirby Smart or anybody would have any interest in that. I think probably once you – I don't know what the magic number is, Carl, but I'm sure there's a number at which point Kirby says, just run the ball, get the game over with. And it's probably 24, 28, something like that. It's actually kind of hard to even sustain an interest in these particular games because – South Carolina was never going to compete last week. Vanderbilt's not going to compete this week. To cover 35, I will tell you, I'll put it this way. If they wanted to, they could. Probably in the first half, to be quite frank. But I think it'll probably be more like a practice, like they'll try to get the running game going, which has been a little weak. Try to get Zamir White and McIntosh and Kendall Milton and James Cook going. Try to make sure the offensive line is actually blocking somebody every once in a while. Personally, I would be surprised if JT Daniels plays more than a half. I mean, I don't see any reason why he would. Why risk injury? Played Stetson Bennett, even maybe get some more reps for Carson Beck, and see what that's all about. Again, all due respect to Vanderbilt, I find that these games, once the score is out of reach, I would just use it as a scrimmage. You don't want to disrespect them, but at the same time, it is what it is. They just don't have the athletes to compete.
All right, that doesn't count in the picks. We're going to start with our 5 picks right now. First one on tap. The Fighting Irish of Notre Dame taking on the Badgers of Wisconsin in Soldier Field. Yep. And a little homecoming for the quarterback for Notre Dame.
Yeah, so Jack Cohn, starting for Notre Dame now, was a starting quarterback for Wisconsin. Had a lot of success. Actually played in a Big Ten championship game for Wisconsin. Did a pretty good job. I know this. I hate to pick against your Irish, but I got to tell you, Carl, I think Notre Dame has been flirting with disaster ever since the season started. Florida State's not very good. They needed overtime. Toledo's not very good. They barely scraped by the Rockets. Looked a little bit better against Purdue, but I think that might have a lot to do with Purdue not being very good. And then Notre Dame was at home, which helped. So I think in Soldier Field, that Wisconsin game, I watched the entire game of Wisconsin versus Wisconsin football game every way except the scoreboard. They got inside the 10-yard line of Penn State 3 times and got 0 points. They fumbled twice and missed a field goal. I just feel like – and now Penn State turned out to be pretty good. So I feel like Wisconsin is coming into this game saying, everybody thinks we're not any good because we lost at home to Penn State. We beat them. We just couldn't quite finish it off. I feel like Wisconsin is really big and physical. Notre Dame has some issues, I think, along the offensive line as well as on the defense and the linebacking area. I think Wisconsin covers this 6.5. So I'm gonna take the Badgers minus 6.5 against Notre Dame.
Okay, let's go to the other college school that I root for, Boston College. Boston College is taking on Missouri. Mizzou is coming into Beantown.
Yep, and Boston College has been a pretty good story in that they did start 3-0, but they've played pretty weak competition. They also lost their starting quarterback transfer from Notre Dame. Yeah. And they're playing a guy who's only played one game as a starter in college. And I think Missouri is sneaky good. There's a quarterback named Connor Bazelak can get heated up, and when he gets it going, he's pretty tough to deal with. Missouri kind of always has athletes, especially at the skill positions, running back and wide receiver. They seem to always have some dudes who can fly. And I kind of just feel like this is SEC versus ACC, even though it's at Boston College. It's not a night game. I don't know if there's going to be quite as much juice. I think better athletes and it's small. So Missouri minus 1.5 at Boston College. I think it's a lot of the Boston College quarterback. And by the game, you would think the better athletes win the game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Missouri can really put up points. Traditionally, their defense has not been that good, but I just have a feeling Missouri didn't play Kentucky a few weeks ago, and the ball bounces one way or the other. They probably win that game in Lexington. Missouri fumbled the ball relatively deep in Kentucky territory, trying to tie the game, and I don't know. I think Missouri's sneaky good, and I think Boston College is probably a bowl team this year, but I kind of feel like Missouri might be more like an 8-win, maybe even sneak around and upset somebody, 9-win kind of team. So we'll take Missouri on the road, minus 1.5 at Boston College.
All right, Mississippi State, the Bulldogs. LSU to take on the Tigers, and Ogeron's on the hot seat, so LSU hasn't responded since the national championship.
Yeah, so this is not so much a pick for Mississippi State as it is a pick against LSU. Having watched LSU play UCLA and also caught a little bit of their game, I think LSU is serious issues. And I think either they've got a bunch of scandal kind of stuff going on there, maybe they're distracted. The quarterback who's actually the son of an NFL, a former doesn't look like he's quite figured things out yet. He's probably not. He did lose to Memphis on a fluky punt thing that was like, they thought the guy was down. The referee never crazy in Starkville, and I don't know. I feel like Mike Leach and the Bulldogs are going to pull it out. So I'm going to take Mississippi State versus LSU.
All right, we got to go to the next one, which everybody was surprised at. Alabama jumps out to a 21-3 lead. Florida comes back. It's a tight game. Alabama gets out there with a close victory. Tennessee at Florida.
So here's the thing. I think that Florida is a lot better than Tennessee. Let's get that out of the way. However, after what Florida did last week, there has to be a little bit of a hangover. Plus, you're beat up from playing Alabama. Alabama, probably the most physical, if not the most physical team in the country, best athletes in the country. So you beat up a little bit, and now you've got a Tennessee team that's not very good, but is desperate and hungry. With a brand new coach, they've switched quarterbacks again. They got a kid named Hendon Hooker who used to play at Virginia Tech. He runs a lot. Tennessee actually quietly has been okay. They really didn't – they had Pittsburgh kind of where they wanted them and couldn't put them away. That was at home. First true road game here for Tennessee and their new coach, Heupel. I don't think Tennessee wins the football game by any means, but I think they can maybe stay within 2 touchdowns, right? So you're getting 19 points. So it's going to be Tennessee plus the 19 to keep it close for 3 quarters, then Florida wakes up and takes care of business. But I'll take the 2 plus the 19.
And what impressed me with Mr. Hooker, he's completed 70% of his passes, and he can run. And being a former football coach, when you put pressure with your quarterback who can run and throw, you got issues.
Yeah, I thought the whole time, I was kind of surprised that Joe Milton was named the starter at Tennessee, because he was, to be fair, he was less than average when he was at Michigan. Hendon Hooker had some great moments at Virginia Tech. He got run out of town when they lost to Old Dominion. That was, there was a whole step, but Hooker never really was in favor after that loss. He's a really good athlete. He can really move. He's got wheels. And you're right. He throws the ball really well, too. Tennessee terrible and all that. They've got SEC athletes. They just haven't been able to put it together. They haven't much confidence. Since they lost to Pittsburgh, they've won a couple football games. They should have more confidence. They know Florida. They know Florida went toe-to-toe with Bama last week. Opportunity to prove yourself. Again, I don't think Tennessee is going to threaten to win the football game. I just think that for 2.5, maybe 3 quarters, they'll keep it close, and then Florida pulls away, maybe 14, 17-point victory. But I think you win by 17, we still get, I still get the win.
That's true. All right, the last one on the slate, the SEC the Big 12, for what it's worth, opens up play this year.
Yep.
You got Kansas State at 3-0 taking on the Pokes, the Oklahoma State Cowboys coming in 3-0. So it looks like it's going to be a pretty good battle right there.
Yeah, Kansas State quietly has played a really good schedule. They lost the quarterback, a kid named Skylar Thompson, who really Kansas State for a year now. I don't know what kind of program he's in, but he gets every year they have to bring in a new guy. This year they brought in and he quietly is playing really good football. And their defense, they're coached by a guy named Chris Kleiman, who was the coach that turned North Dakota State into a dynasty. He's a program builder, and he focuses on defense first. They play outstanding defense, just incredibly good defense. I think Kleiman's one of those guys who we're going to look back in a few years and go like, man, that's the guy that we should have been thinking about at USC, or that's the guy that Auburn should have been thinking about, or something like that. I think he's a really, really good football coach. And it doesn't really matter. It doesn't seem to matter who he puts in the game. They all perform at a high level, which tells you something, right? Kind of like a guy like P.J. Fleck at the University of Minnesota. No matter who goes in the game, they play well, they execute, they don't commit, they don't make mistakes. So Kansas State's knocked off some pretty good teams so far. They've knocked off Stanford, who then turned around and knocked off UCLA. And then they took care of business against a pretty good group of 5 team last week, which I think, surprised some people. So they took care of Nevada last week, and Nevada, I think, was favored in that game in Manhattan, Kansas. I think Kansas State is a little bit better than people think they are. And I think Oklahoma State, traditionally, under Mike Gundy, undisciplined. You never really know what you're going to get out of these guys. So I'm going to take Kansas State plus the 5.5 at Oklahoma State in Stillwater.
I'll leave the pick it to you. I'm just throwing out little nuggets here, but
yeah, let's go.
Kansas State is averaging 226 yards per game on the ground, where Oklahoma State's only given up 95. So this is going to be a good matchup.
That should be a good matchup. I think Kansas State doesn't make a secret about it. They're going to come in and they want to run. They want to run and control the clock. Oklahoma State, I think, has played a little bit softer schedule than people think. I don't think Boise State is quite what they usually are this year, although anytime you win on that blue turf, it's a good win. But I don't think Boise State has quite what they usually have this year. And I don't know that this is probably one of those games where if I was really going to bet it, I'd probably bet whatever the under is. I don't know what it is, but I don't think there's going to be a lot of points. I think it's going to be like a 17-14 or 20-17 kind of a game. And that's how Kansas State wants to play anyway. They want to get into a fist fight with you. So, yeah, I just like Kansas State getting the points. I don't know if they'll win necessarily, but I like it to be a close game.
You like the underdogs this week, buddy?
So, Carl, I think you flipped one. So we got Wisconsin minus 6.5, Missouri minus 1.5.
Right.
Mississippi State is actually plus 2.5. Tennessee plus 19 and Kansas State plus 5.5.
Right. So if I flipped it, I apologize. I don't want to get you wrong.
No, I like three underdogs, and actually, there's more underdogs that I like. I think these are ones I just like the most.
So, all right, Steve, always a lot of fun, and once again, I know you're probably packing the car on the road with the kids, with Ruth and the gang. So have fun, and we'll see how it does. And as you always say, go Dogs.
Thanks, man. Go Dogs.
There we go. Just got some internet issues this morning, and I don't know whether it's my hotspot or the beautiful weather outside, the brisk fall weather that we're feeling. But once again, Stephen Elmo Weeks, great job on breaking down Georgia Vanderbilt. Probably not going to be a close game. Then, of course, we got his picks: Wisconsin, Mississippi State, Missouri, Tennessee, and Kansas State. He's 8-7 going in today, so he could be 13-7. He goes 5 for 5, but we'll see what happens at the end of the day. Up next, though, we got to talk to the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. I mean, his kid's having a phenomenal year. Only a sophomore, has already been offered from Michigan State. Pretty excited about it. We got a great group of young quarterbacks in this area. Up next from Calvary Day School, only a sophomore, Jake Merklinger. You're listening to the Karl DeMasi Sports with Breakfast with the Coach at Coach's Corner every Saturday morning from 9 to about 10:15, 10:30. And then, of course, breakfast here from 8 to 11. Come on by, say, hey, we got to go to break. Up next, Jake Merklinger, sophomore quarterback out of Calvary Day School.
All time, that's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, it comes in uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Capiche? If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are
Wetherington
New York.
Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time, it makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy, you just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And good morning, sports fans. Thank you for joining me, whether it's for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It's always a lot of fun. It's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, Breakfast with the Coach at Coach's Corner, right here every Saturday morning from 9 to about 10:15, 10:30. And once again, Breakfast at Coaches goes on Tuesday through Friday from 7 to 10:30, okay? On Saturdays, when I'm here, 8 to 11, it's my dream. Talking sports, eating food, okay? Today, I got a little something different. Of course, I've been telling you, I love my bacon, egg, and cheese on rye with a little smear of butter, not cream cheese or mayonnaise. And then, of course, on the side, hash browns, okay? And I guess it's a Polish sausage, but I don't know. I had half of it already. It's delish. So, once again, coaches, every Saturday morning, breakfast with the coach. All right, this is what we do. This is why I do it. This is what it's all about. I'm talking to the kids. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. This kid is only a sophomore. The Calvary Day School football team is loaded with a bunch of young guys. They're off to a 6-0 start, but I'm telling you right now, last week when they needed a big win, okay, Jake Merklinger threw a touchdown pass to Caden Arnold on the last play of the first half and then ran for 2 scores, including the game winner in the final 5 minutes of the game. So Calvary can stay undefeated, go 5-0, beating First Presbyterian 21-21 on the road. I mean, but listen to these stats for this year, okay? Of course, I got to go to my notes, all right? In 5 games, I'm not including last night. Last night, I think he was almost perfect. He was 12 for 13 with 160 yards, 2 touchdowns. But before that, 75 completed passes out of 107. That's a 70% passing rate. 7 out of 10 passes get complete. Average about 13 yards a pass. He averages about 200 yards a game throwing. All right. He's threw for 6 touchdowns. Okay. Rushing now, he's got 30 carries for 178 yards. That's almost 6 yards a carry and 7 touchdowns. He's having a phenomenal year. And what did the old ball coach, the elder statesman of coaches here in Savannah, Georgia, that's football coach, say? All right. Coach Mark Stroud. He's been doing this a long time. Okay. Jake is an outstanding young player. Who has proven he can make the big-time throws, and he can also make the big-time run. Jake is developing into a true leader based by his work ethic and ability to play under pressure, but most of all, he's committed to his teammates. Coach Stroud said, I'm glad he's on our team because he presents such a problem. When you have a quarterback that can run and throw, you got to account for him. So instead of only accounting for 10 players on offense, now you got to account for all 11. He's got the ability to make the big throw, the ability to make the big run. I'm glad he's on my team, and that's coming from an old ball coach that's got like 25, 30 years of coaching, Mark Stroud. All right, joining us now on the Coach's Corner hot seat, best part of the show, from Calvary Day School, he's only a sophomore, Jake Merklinger. Jake, glad to have you on. Glad you could join me, and I know you've been waiting patiently. Got a lot of glitches with the internet, but, you know, it's probably my hotspot or whatever going on in the sky, the cloud, whatever you want to call it. But congratulations, son. You're having a great year.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so, I know you're not just a football player. Tell everybody what other sports you play.
I play baseball and also play basketball.
Okay, so he's a 3-sport athlete. He's got a lot of talent. He's only sophomore. We're not going to get into when he started playing sports because, he's probably been playing sports all his life. He has to go get his big brother, who's now at Valparaiso, right?
Yes, sir. Valparaiso University.
Okay, is he playing? How's he doing out there?
He's doing really good. I think he's moved up to a 2, so he's working really hard and he's trying to get some playing time.
Not bad. He's up, and he's only a freshman also. But
right.
You're a sophomore in high school. He's a freshman in college. So, but you're having such a great year. Are you surprised by the way the year's going this year for the Calvary Day School Cavaliers?
I mean, no, sir. I'm really not. I feel like we had these expectations for ourselves to just keep on winning and keep on playing hard. So.
I mean, off to a 5-0 start,
right,
okay?
Right.
And, your schedule, you've had some good team. You beat Prince Avenue Christian. You beat Bullock Academy.
Mm-hmm.
You beat First Presbyterian. You took care of Frederica and last night Strong Rock Christian for homecoming. Just now the second half of your schedule, Stratford, Country Day, Christian, Aquinas. Am I forgetting somebody there?
No, That's right. That's right.
That's right. 4 games left, right? 6 plus 4 is 10. All right. I didn't say I was a math wizard there, Jake. So, but anyway, so Coach Stroud, I love the guy. He coached my son, so I know what he's all about. Just an unbelievable guy. And he gave you a very, very big compliment. You could either throw the ball or you could run the ball. But we know that football skills are more than just physical. It's got to also be mental. So if I really had to sit down with Coach Stroud, what would be the best skill that he would tell me about Jake Merklinger?
I feel like just staying calm and composed no matter what the situation is. Just always being ready, always staying calm.
So so you're not nervous anymore? Was your freshman year your nervous year? So the sophomore year you're just ready to go with the flow?
Right. Yes, sir. Exactly.
Okay. So I'm gonna put you on the spot now.
Okay.
Coach Stroud's listening. Okay. Coach Carver's listening. And of course Coach Lee might be listening. What's your favorite sport?
Definitely football. It's definitely football.
Why football?
The physical aspect. I mean, I feel like there's nothing in the world like it, especially high school football.
I mean, you play basketball like your brother. You guys are physical there too. So what do you mean?
I mean, just being able to hit people, pads, like legally you can hit someone or hurt someone as hard as you want. You know what I mean?
All right, if Coach Stroud said, Jake Merklinger, you could play defense for us, what position?
Oh, middle linebacker for sure. Definitely not safety, definitely not corner. Not a fan of the open field tackles at all.
So you'd rather bring the smack than get the smack, right?
Yes, sir.
So tell us something about Jake Merklinger that nobody knows outside of what you're doing on the football field or on the basketball court or baseball field.
I'm a really picky eater. I don't eat vegetables at all. Love fruit, but don't eat vegetables.
You can hang out with my wife. She doesn't touch vegetables. So you're a picky eater. So what do you eat for pregame if you're not eating the vegetables?
Yesterday I had chicken, like 5 or 6 pieces of it. So just chicken and hot sauce.
All right. So growing up, you look up to people, your mom, your dad, your brother, professional athletes, stars. But who would be your role model that you would look up to?
Definitely my brother. I mean, I just watching him, everything he does, try and just model him. But if I could say I play like any athlete in the NFL, I want to play like Josh Allen. He's definitely
nice.
Like modeling my game after guy.
Nice. Buffalo Bills, eh?
Yeah, big Buffalo Bills fan.
You want to shuffle off the Buffalo in a little cold weather?
Maybe.
Well, right now, I mean, you're being recruited. You've already been, offered by Michigan State, right?
Yeah. Right. Yes, sir.
It's a little chilly up there, brother.
Yeah, I love the cold. My dad's family's from Western New York, so I love the cold.
Oh, he's an upstater. Where upstate New York?
Rochester.
But you're really up there in the cold weather, buddy.
Yeah.
Dad grew up in the cold weather, so yeah. So another New Yorker, gotta love it. So you got a little of that New York blood in you. And there's only one real team in New York that plays football. You know that?
The Bills.
The Bills.
Yeah,
the Giants and Jets play in Jersey. Who wants to play in Jersey? Okay, that's another story. But if you're just tuning in, it's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, Breakfast at Coaches every Saturday morning. We're at my favorite part of the show, the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. We're talking to the sophomore quarterback at Calvary Day School, Jake Merklinger. So, playing, your freshman year, playing through COVID, your sophomore year, playing through COVID-19, and you don't know whether teams are going to be able to play or not. What's it like playing during something like this pandemic that we haven't seen in over 100 years?
Yeah, especially last year, you really had to take everything you did for granted because you never know when your season could be over or when you cannot play a game, miss a practice. So, don't take anything for granted, I'd say.
I agree 100%. You excited about being recruited, especially during COVID-19, because now everything's through Zoom or Huddle. What's it like being recruited during this time?
I mean, last year was definitely different because, the coaches couldn't come to you. You couldn't go to the coaches. You couldn't go watch games. But I feel like this year it's lightened up a little bit. It hasn't really been different for me. I can still go to the camps, still meet the coaches, go to the games. So I feel like it's definitely a lot easier this year.
All right. So, we talked about role models. You chose your brother, but you got a guy that's been coaching forever. He's probably one of the most, if not the most respected coach in this area, Mark Stroud. Right. I know, very humble man. He's not going to talk about his over 200 wins and all other stuff. Tell us what it's like playing for Coach Stroud and playing for the other coaches, because we know Coach Brantley is your coach at Calvary Day School.
I mean, I love them all. They're super disciplined. They're super hardworking. They try and do everything for us. So I mean, they really work hard, and they want us to win. So they want us to be better men too. So.
Well, they're doing a great job with you guys. And what's it like playing with so many young guys? I mean, your future there looks bright.
Right. I love it. I mean, my class 24, well, obviously every class at Calvary, but especially the class 24 I'm in, we work really hard. We try to stay together. So we'll have a couple more years there.
And you talked about your brother. You looked up to your brother as a role model. But if you have any other teammate, I know you've only been there for 2 years,
right.
But any other teammate that you feel you've learned the most from besides your brother?
Definitely Greg Daniel. He was in the locker. He was the locker next to me last year. I just learned a lot from him, just trying to be like him, see what he does, be a leader. So definitely Greg Daniel.
Nice. Yeah. A lot of Cavaliers making a lot of names for him. He's up at Army, isn't he?
Yes, sir. Army.
He's playing up at Army. Okay. So mom and dad go New York, Rochester, New York. What is their support? And of course, your brother, what is their support has meant to your career so far? And you still got another 2 years to go.
I mean, it's been a lot. Of course, they take me everywhere I need to go. They take me to colleges. They take me to camps, but just not pushing me to do anything. Just, you don't have to do this. You don't have to, just do what makes you happy, have fun. So just not pushing me to do anything.
And they're always there to take you somewhere, bring you somewhere, right?
Exactly.
You got to have a support system. And, I tell my kids, I am a health teacher, a physical education teacher. I tell my kids, there's only one group of people that's going to be for you with your whole life, and that's your family. So,
right.
You're going to need them. So I know you're only a sophomore. I know you're still young. But if you went to a middle school, like what middle school did you attend?
I attended Calvary in middle school, but I went to Hess Elementary.
All right, Hess Elementary. Okay, but if you had a little kid from Calvary in middle school or Hess Elementary, and they see Jake Merklinger, they have aspirations to be like you, what would you tell them?
And just keep working hard, keep grinding. Don't let anybody tell you what you can and can't do. And you're your best critic. So
nice. And if you had to pick one outstanding memory, whether it be football, basketball, baseball, in your short high school career or your athletic career right now, what would that be?
Last year we were playing Aquinas High School. That was football, and I ran a touchdown. And the linemen, they do that little rocket ship thing where you run and they throw you up. My brother threw me up, so that was pretty cool.
Nice. Okay, now the recruiting process. I don't know if you're allowed to talk. We know Michigan State. Any other schools looking at you?
Yes, sir. I'm talking to Georgia's offense coordinator a little bit. My coach, he has a connection to one of the coaches at Alabama, so he's been talking to him. Cincinnati, they offered me during the summer as well. Yes, sir. So I'm Wake Forest. I went to their camp. I had a really good time there. So
nice.
Okay.
That's exciting. Okay, now start thinking about it. Even though most freshmen when they go into college, don't know what they want to major in. Anything you're leaning towards as far as after football's over, a profession, any job interest you?
Coach or sports management.
Be a coach and go into sports management. Yeah,
Yes,
it's good life. I've enjoyed it. So you'll have a good time with it. All right, quickly.
Okay.
Outlook rest of the season. Just give us an outlook. You don't have to talk about any teams. What's the outlook for the rest of the season for Jake Merklinger and the Cavalier football program?
Just take it game by game. We're gonna play 4 really, really good teams to end the regular season. So just go game by game, day by day, rep by rep. Just continue to get better and better and better.
And you got some rivalries, Christian and Country Day. There's nothing better.
Sure, of course. Right.
So which one's the biggest rivalry between Calvary and those two teams? Or they're all the same?
Savannah Christian for me, especially because of the fact that we haven't really beat them in a good bit. So that, but so definitely Savannah Christian.
So, hey, Jake, you're having a great year. Keep it up. You're on the money. You can run the ball. What are you now? 6'3", about 180 pounds?
Yes, sir. I'm about a little over 6'3", like 190, 195.
Wow. How big's your brother now?
Yes, sir. I don't really know.
Let's just go with height.
Okay, he's 6'5". I'll say 315, 305.
Well, I know you're looking to be 6'5", but I don't know about 305. But But keep up the great work. And once again, I love watching you. I'll be following you. I get to coach against you in basketball, and I know you did a number on me last year, but hopefully we'll be ready for you. Maybe we'll put on some football pads, and we can take it to you.
Yes, sir.
So, but great job. I'll see you before the season's over. Keep it up. And once again, congratulations on being this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete Week. Good luck, buddy.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Just a great kid. I mean, great family. He works hard. He won the DeWitt Award. That's the most versatile middle schooler 2 years ago. The kid's got it all together. He has the academics. Cincinnati and Michigan State have offered him already. So once again, gotta love the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete Week segment. I've been doing this, and that's why I do it. God bless to all the winners, the previous winners, the past winners, the future winners. Just give me their names. Email me, kdemasi@hotmail.com, kdemasi@prepsportsreport.com. Call me, 912-507-9158. You pick the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete Week. All right, we'll be back in 3 minutes. We're going to talk top soccer. Soccer for kids with disabilities with the Tormenta Academy Football Club Vice President, Brad Nein. Oh, just to let you know, and it's pre-recorded. Stephen Weeks taking his kids to soccer, taking his kids all over the place, golf, wherever he's going. Then, of course, Brad Nein's at Tormenta, working on the pitch, teaching kids some soccer skills and let them have fun. So it is pre-recorded. Stay tuned. I'll be back in 3 minutes with Top Soccer from Tormenta Football Academy. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, Breakfast with the Coach from Coach's Corner.
All-time, that's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. This part of the show will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, it comes in uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies. Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering. We ain't New York style. We are
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive, and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
Good morning, sports fans. It's the coach, Karl DeMasi. having fun. It's Breakfast with the Coach at Coach's Corner. I got to remember, left hand, right shoulder, Coach's Corner. And it's all presented by Coach's Corner. And I got to thank John Henson for supporting me since March of 2020 when COVID hit. Off the radio, had to find somewhere to go. Why not in the Sound Garden? So when it gets a little more cooler, I should have been out there this morning, but I didn't get there. The show is from the Sound Garden. Right now I'm inside, nice cozy area, so we'll go from there. Got to like the shirt. Go get it. Coastal Plain League champions, Savannah Bananas. But there's another program in here that's blowing it up. Tormenta Soccer, Tormenta Academy Football Club. All right. I teach it. Of course, I'm a teacher. I'm a coach. We had a flyer sent out about TopSoccer. TopSoccer is a community-based training program or a program for young children and young adults who have disabilities. Tormenta is out there. They got so many different levels. And the guy that leads it here, the vice president, Brad Nein, I got a chance to coach against him when I was the figurehead girls coach at Effingham County High School. He was the coach at Wayne County. We got to become friends, been following along. Now he's full-time with Tormenta Football Academy. He does a great job. And I wanted to find out more about TopSoccer. Being a physical education teacher, I had to take a course on how to teach handicapped kids, disability kids, and it was a lot of fun. They gravitate you. They love you. This is something special. So right now, this weekend at Jennifer Ross Complex, tomorrow from 2 to 3, you can bring your child over to the TopSoccer soccer program presented by Tormenta Academy Football Club. And to tell us about that, Vice President Brad Nein. Dr. Brad Nein. You'll find out what he's a doctor in a couple of seconds. Here you go, and it's pre-recorded because he's somewhere on the pitch teaching some kids about soccer. Hey, it's the coach. And like I said, this part of the show has been pre-recorded because this next young gentleman is going to be out there on the pitch working with a bunch of kids on a Saturday morning. So I said, why not? Let's do this on an afternoon so we can get it in there and let people know about it. But if you haven't been following the Tormenta Academy Football Club out of Statesboro, but they have a branch here in Savannah, it's unbelievable. The kids that are getting involved in soccer. So this is not just about your football games on Saturdays or your basketball games. This is about a bunch of kids that are getting better to be soccer players. But this program is, it's something special to me. It's called TopSoccer. It's for children with disabilities ages 4 to 20. Every Sunday at the Jennifer Ross soccer field number 2. They had a good turnout the first week. And if you follow the Prep Sports Report, which is another thing that I'm involved in, Stephen Elmo Weeks put up a blurb about it, how you can get involved in it. So go to Prep Sports Report, look up TopSoccer by Stephen Elmo Weeks, and you can get involved. But I figured I had to talk to this guy because we coached against each other. We know each other from teaching, but he's in another profession which he's doing very well at, and I'm glad that I could talk to him about this. Joining me now on the Coach's Corner hot seat is the vice president of the Tormenta AFC. I would say the Tormenta Academy. Okay, we'll throw the football club in there. He'll explain it better than me. But joining me right now on the hot seat is himself, Brad Nein. Dr. Brad Nein, too. So congratulations on that, buddy.
Hey, thanks, Carl. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me on. I'm super excited to be in here and just to tell more people about what we're doing at Tormenta FC Academy and where we're located and all that good stuff.
Well, I know you for a long time. We coached against each other. You were at Wayne County. I was at Effingham County High School. I was the figurehead. So I was the figurehead girls soccer coach. But I learned the game, and you were, of course, coaching the girls over at Wayne County. We had a great matchup. It was a lot of fun doing that for 2 or 3 years. But now you're in a different position. You're no longer teaching physical education. You're into the Tormenta Football Club Academy. So tell us all about what Brad Nein's doing and how this is working out for you.
Yeah, things are going amazing right now. We have our first team, which is all professionals. It's considered Division III in America, and they play in a league called the USL League One. Their final home game actually is October 1st, Friday night down in Statesboro. If you or anybody else want to come, it's a great setting, and people absolutely love seeing the level of play. On the youth side, we have players between the ages of 3 and 18, between Savannah, Hilton Head, Bluffton, Statesboro, Richmond Hill. They come from everywhere, and we have the training sites in all these different locations, and it's been awesome. We've built our recreation program up to about 400 kids, At the highest level on the boys' side, we have a program called MLS Next, which is playing against Atlanta United's in our league, which is just unreal. We play against the very top teams in the entire Southeast region. On the girls' side, we play in a regional conference as well. The thing I love about it is we have a spot in our club for the very elite player all the way down to the player that wants to train 1 or 2 days a week and play on Saturday morning in a local game. So we're 50 kids in all our programs, and it's been a blast over the last 3 years doing this.
Well, we met at the All-Star game way back when with good old friend Cam Turner, and you were telling me how you were excited about getting to this. So you're in the Savannah area now. How did the Savannah kids get involved in this?
So in Savannah, that's our biggest recreation program. So we have kids between 4 and 14 playing recreation. That number itself is at about 400. And we're at Jennifer Ross on Saturday mornings, the Landings on Saturday mornings as well for games. The really cool thing is we try to keep all the practices local. So we have practices at the Landings, practices at Jennifer Ross, practices at Abold O'Brien, and then practices at Southbridge as well. So parents love it when, it's super convenient to them to get to practice. We found we get more kids to practice, falling in love with the sport. And then on game day, everyone's pumped anyway, so they'll go a little bit farther, like to Jennifer Ross or the Landings or wherever we're having our game on that particular day. So that's our entry point for getting into Tormenta. And then we have a program called Junior Academy where we have all licensed coaches. The kids are training 2 or 3 days a week. They're going out of town and playing games. That goes to about 12. And then from 13 to 19, it is we have about 36 teams between 13 and 19 on the boys and girls that are all 11-a-sided and, competing against other organizations, and some at the MLS Next level, some at the regional girls level, which is called the Piedmont Conference, and then others in the South Carolina State League. We found it's easier to drive to Charleston than it is to drive to Atlanta, and they let us play in the South Carolina League for that reason. So we have quite a few home games as well. So it's been a good setup.
Nice. And if you're just joining me, it's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report every Saturday morning at Coach's. It's Breakfast with the Coach. Don't forget, you can get breakfast from 8 to 10:30 every Saturday morning at Coach's Corner. So we'll talk about that later on. But I'm talking to the Vice President of Tormenta Academy Football Club, and that's Brad Nein. Brad taught here in Savannah, Georgia at the Savannah Arts Academy. Now he's into running the programs over there at Tormenta. Well, I'm telling you right now, what you guys are doing now, like you're helping all these kids, no handicaps, but coming back, with the kids with disabilities, I mean, that's got to be special. How did you guys come up with this idea?
TopSoccer is amazing. It's U.S. Youth Soccer is one of the sanctioning bodies in America for soccer, and they created this TopSoccer program years ago, and it's something I always wanted to do. It's in college I took adaptive PE, and that was so much fun, and worked with kids with disabilities when I was teaching PE, and just found so much personal pleasure. And I know the kid was always excited about it, and it was always fantastic. And we started Broughton Partners as our big sponsor, and Kaysen, who runs Broughton Partners, he came to me, and he has a little girl that's autistic, and we connected, and I was running this TopSoccer program, and he found out about it, and we started with about 7 kids 2 years ago. Right now, on this past Sunday, we had 38 kids at Jennifer Ross, field number 2 at 2:00. 35 buddy coaches, which are all adults or high school kids. Huge shout out to Savannah Country Day girls soccer team, because they all come out and they all participate in this as buddy coaches. And it's so much fun because we link up a player with a buddy coach. I run the entire session, and then the buddy coach helps the player out throughout the entire session. Some of that might be, they're off in the corner playing Ring Around the Rosie while we're over here playing soccer. But those kids, they have the most fun time, and then they come back into soccer, and we're teaching the session and the lesson and getting it into the public schools and getting them to advertise for us has been amazing, and I thank them so much for that. Broughton Partner sponsorship has been unreal, and getting that together and getting this many kids to make them aware of it is just a really special piece that we can offer at Tormenta. We also have on Saturdays we do TopSoccer in Statesboro, and then starting in October on Sundays we do TopSoccer in Bluffton. So we're trying to make this a piece that is super important to us, and we're covering the entire region that we work in, and it's second to none. It's even super fun for the parents to see their kids just out on the field doing something that they've always dreamt their child is able to do. So,
I mean, you don't hear much about sports for children with disabilities or young adults with disabilities. You don't hear much about it. And, we know kids are trying to get to the next level. Kids want to get to high school. Kids want to get to college. They hopefully someday make it to the MSL. But for the kids that are never going to make it there, this is something special that we can give back to them, or you guys are giving back to them in the community. So you're reaching out in Statesboro, Savannah, Bluffton. That's really special. So I noticed looking at the article that Stephen Weeks wrote up for you for the Prep Sports Report. I mean, so you're going to be at Jennifer Ross Soccer Complex every Sunday, September 26th, this Sunday, October 3rd, October 10th, October 17th. So, it's something special. I mean, that you can get these types of kids involved in this. And how would they go about doing this? And first of all, let's step back before we tell people how they can get their child involved in this. Talk about this buddy system, anybody who wants to volunteer, because kids could probably get community service out of this also for high school requirements, right?
Oh, it's amazing. It's the buddy coaches learn just as much or more from the kids that are differently abled that we work with every Sunday and create these unreal relationships. There's a crew of people that have been with me for like the entire 2 years. And these girls come running out to the field. They're so pumped. And then they see their buddy coach from last year. And it is like running up, hugs, emotions. It is just like their favorite day of the entire week when they get to work with their buddy coach. The buddy coaches call dibs on certain players that are walking in because they've known these players for the last couple of years, and they love working with them, and they know how it makes them feel and their player feel. So, you can become a buddy coach at our website, tormentafc.com/TopSoccer, and you come out. I have a cool shirt that is a Tormenta logo, Broughton Partners logo, also has a TopSoccer logo on it. And you come out and you work with one kid, you get assigned a player for that day, and you help them through all of the activities. My daughter Avery is 13 and my son Owen is 10, and they come out and help me out with different players out there, and they work as buddies. So it can be any age from as young as 10 all the way up. We have quite a few Tormenta players that come out. Lindsey Gray comes out, who does all of our sponsorships and helps us out a ton. A bunch of people from Broughton Partners come out and help. And then it's a huge amount of high school students, like you said, that are like working on hours. And then it's become even more than that for them, because they all have plenty of hours, but they see how meaningful it is for the kid that they're working with. So it's a cool setup.
Keeps on bringing them back. All right, like I told you, I wasn't going to keep you here long because I know you're a busy guy. So if anybody wants to bring their child to TopSoccer through Tormenta Football Academy, how do they go about doing this? And I think there's a little fee for it also, right?
Yeah, it's $25 for all 5 classes, so it's
Nice.
Super inexpensive. It kind of just pays for the shirt. What we have, you go to tormentafc.com/TopSoccer, or you can call me at 912-257-3989, and I'll answer any of the questions that you have. But you can sign right up on the website, and then you can also, if you want to be a buddy coach, you sign right up at that website as well.
Well, anytime you got any news, anytime you want to tell me, we go back a long time, and I'm just going to say this quick. You said it perfect. When you're becoming a physical education teacher, and we do teach, all right, you have to take adaptive PE. And what these kids
give you by just going out there and working with them, the warmth, the love, makes you want to do it forever. And that's what's so special. And I can just picture this. And if I'm around this Sunday, I'm going to take a ride over to Jennifer Ross and check this out. But you're doing a great job, Brad. Keep it up. Not just the kids that got the athletic ability who want to go to the next level, but giving back to these kids that this is the highlight of their day is something special. Keep it up, buddy.
Thanks, Carl. I appreciate it, man. I look forward to chatting soon. And if you can get out there to TopSoccer, I'll put you to work, and you'll love it, man.
I don't know if these old knees can take it, but we'll see. They've been replaced, so we'll see if we've got a little kick left in them.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it.
All right, Brad. Appreciate it. Take care.
Thank you, Carl. Have a good one.
Hey, just let me know when you got something.
Yep.
I really never know how long I'm going to go on this show, and it seems like I just can't stop what's going on. But TopSoccer, Tormenta Academy Football Club, it's a program for young children, young adults with disabilities. Tomorrow, Jennifer Ross, 2 to 3 o'clock. It's $25. It's worth it. $25 for all the sessions. It's not $25 each session. Brad Nein, former physical education teacher, grew up in the area. Now he's the vice president of the Tormenta Football Academy. Go out there and check it out. All right, we're not going to go thank our sponsors right now because I promised this man I was going to get him on at 10 o'clock, but he knows me. I talk too much. I'm Italian, and, I just keep on going on. But what a victory last night for the Benedictine Cadets. I mean, everybody after the first 2 games doubting what the Cadets were going to be like. But you know what? And I know he's a humble guy. This guy knows how to coach football. This guy knows how to coach kids. This guy knows how to love kids. And he figured it out with his coaching staff because he'll tell you, it's not just him, okay? And they're on the right track. The passing game, the running game is starting to gel. Hey, they're hot. You don't know what's going to happen next week, but I know he's excited about it. Anytime you win on a Friday night, Saturday's even better. Joining me on the Coach's Corner hot seat, the man himself, Danny Britt. Hey, Coach, appreciate you doing this, but once again, congratulations on that big win.
Thank you, Carl. I really appreciate it. And so you're saying you talk a lot? I've never noticed. So yeah, I mean, I've never noticed it, how much you talk, but I apparently you do. Oh, but that's why I love you, right? Oh man, but it was a great win for us, and I'm extremely proud of the kids and the coaches and everything that they put in, and we just really went out and played well last night.
I mean, you used to do it. You gave it up. I'm the athletic director over at Islands High School, so I was at our game. That was an exciting game, back and forth. We didn't have the fireworks you did, but I'm telling you right now, I'm checking my phone, getting updates, and when you went up by 2 touchdowns, I said, this is a lock. They're going to beat this team. And, Danny, we talk about social media, and I don't know who put the post up there. Pick your team, Benedictine or Ware County. And Ware County was picked like 59 to 41%. I went with the Cadets because I had a funny feeling that you had something to do. And, hey, everybody thinks Danny Britt is a defensive coach. And we talked about this. When Danny Britt started, he was an offensive coach, okay? And you're pulling the tricks out from your old days. You're taking chances. 29-yard line, you got first. I was checking it out. 29-yard lines, 4th and 1, you go for it. It's got to be rejuvenating for you to have fun because you're doing both sides of the ball, and you probably got your hand in special teams too.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like, that's what we can do now and how we can be successful. I'm going to have my hands in every part of it, but, I can't take the credit for that. All of it has been tremendous. Coach DePhillips and Coach Coleman, AJ DePhillips and Trevor Coleman did a great job with the offensive scheme, have all year. Really, really pulled it out last night and started doing some things. But we made a decision. I made a decision that we're just going to do things a little differently this year. I feel like this team really we're going to sell out to go win and go be the best football team we can be. And if that means going for it in unusual situations, fake punts, fake field goals, whatever we need to do, we're going to do it. And I told the boys that before the game. Don't worry about winning the game. Just go out, have a blast, and play each play to be the best you can possibly be, and then let the rest of it take care of itself. And here's the difference, Carl. You've known me for a long time. I said I'm going to do the same. And actually, I told Stephanie after the game, because she always says, "Did you have fun?" I'm like, "No, I don't have fun. Only time I have fun is right at the end when we win." I actually had fun last night because I cut loose. I took my own advice and I just said, you know what? I'm not going to worry about if we win or if we don't win. I'm going to go out and just try to be the best coach I can be each play because I'm asking the kids to do the same. And I felt like we all did that, and it really, really worked out well for us.
You know, Stephanie has probably told you coach, and she probably calls you coach, right?
Yeah, everybody calls me coach, yes.
Yeah, I know that word too. But she probably said, hey, coach, you can't worry about the things you can't control. Just go out there and have fun, right?
That's what she always says, and I've never really taken that advice. But I did do it last night, and that really is the way to do it because you can't control everything. All you can control is yourself at that moment, and each kid has to do the same, and each coach has to do the same, and that's the way we're going to attack the rest of this year.
I mean, great game, exciting game from what I could tell. But, you know, you've been doing this a long time. I've been doing this a long time. I didn't get to the level of playing college football. I've been coaching it forever. But what was it like coaching against an unbelievable athlete in Castellanos and coaching an unbelievable kid like Holden Gurner at the same time? I mean, that's got to be a thrill in itself.
It was. I mean, we knew there were going to be fireworks because you got those two cats, and they went at it. And I'm really proud of Holden. He had the eye of the tiger look last night before the game. I was like, oh, this could be really cool. And he's usually very calm, very collected type kid, which he still was, but it was just a little different. And when he was running last night, he wasn't running to pick up what he could and get out of bounds. He was running to score. And so that really made it different. And I was talking to someone else earlier. We were talking about a 3-play sequence between us and Ware. And everybody we were talking about were D1 dudes, you know. So I'm like, yeah, it's pretty fun to coach these guys that, you know, they're all going to the next level. Not only the next level, but the highest level.
I mean, it's got to be fun. If you just joined me, I got a special guest on, Karl DeMasi Sports Sport. Breakfast that coaches every Saturday morning from 8 to 11. I'm here from 9 to about 10:30. But like Coach Britt knows, I might go to 11 o'clock because I talk too much. But once again, you know, a big-time play by a big-time player. Great kid, very focused, believes in the cadet philosophy over there, dedication, family, Holden Sapp. I mean, when he picked off that touchdown, I said to myself, this is the momentum changer right there. And I know there were other plays that changed the momentum, but when he picked off Castellanos and took it 55 yards, that must have been exciting.
Yeah, very exciting. And you're right, it was a momentum changer because we came out in the second half, and you got the feeling that Ware County was not worried that we were up at half, that they felt like, hey, we're going to come out, we're going to take care of this. And when he did that, picked it off, broke 2 tackles, and took it, you know, and scored, there was a momentum change right there. And all of a sudden we were like, okay, this is about to get real. And really what was cool about it is there was a little bit of a gamesmanship in that, and what Holden was showing to Castellanos, and what Castellanos was looking off and then came back, and Holden played it well, and you know, what looks like a really bad pass was a really good play by Sapp.
All right, so I know you're like me. You take one game at a time. Now you have a quick turnaround because you're supposed to play Friday night, but I listened to your post-game show. I know you had to climb those Memorial Stadium stairs, and you were a little winded there. But it's next week, Burke County makeup game from previous part of the season where it got canceled. But you got to move to Thursday night. Do you think it matters that you're playing Thursday and Friday night for young boys over there at BC?
Yeah, I think it will affect them. We just, and that's what we talked about right after the game. We're going to have to do whatever it takes to not let it break us. A game like that, then to turn around and have to play again on Thursday is difficult, but it's part of it. It's what you got to do. And the response is, we'll play Tuesday in the parking lot if that's what we got to do. That's what players do. Hey, it's time to go. Time to go. Colonel Owens from BC said it best years ago. He said, when the cadets are asked to dance, they'll dance. And that's what we got to – that's the mindset we got to take. But yes, we're going to have to, as coaches, have to realize that, have to do some things to take care of their bodies and that sort of thing. But when it's time to dance, we'll dance.
All right, last question for you, because I know you got to go watch that Vanderbilt game. Did Southern go to the Vanderbilt with the team?
Yeah, she's up there. She left yesterday at noon, and they've been up there, and yeah, she'll be on the sideline, so I'll be looking for her.
So, all right, you've worn so many hats in your coaching career. Now, basically, I could say I feel Coach Britt is now the CEO of the Benedictine Military School Cadet Program, because when you're an offensive coordinator, when you're a defensive coordinator, when you're a special teams coordinator, you're not really stepping back and overseeing the whole program. Now that you're finally at your stage in career, I can say this because I'm about 15 years older than you. You're the CEO. What does that mean to Danny Britt now?
It has been a change. It's been really, it was really difficult. Last year, it was a really good thing because of COVID and all that was, involving. And this year, at the beginning of the year, I'll be honest with you, I wasn't doing a very good job of it because I didn't know what to do with myself. And I was honestly, with Coach Houston, who's doing a great job with the defense, I was messing with him. And because he's such a good young man, he allowed it to happen. And finally, he's like, what are we doing here? And so, and he was right. He was right to say, I've got to let him do what he does. I'm going to help him every way I can. But what I need to do is help on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then start backing out. And I finally figured that out. We've worked out a system to do that. I've changed the way we practice. And the way we practice is now where, I'm managing the whole and not just involved with the defense, not just involved with the offense. I'm managing the whole. And I think it's working out better for us. And that's part of the way we're playing better is because of how we're managing all of that and how I'm managing all that. And honestly, after the 2 losses, I apologize to the kids because I felt like I hadn't done my job correctly. And I feel like now you're seeing the results of that change.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people not in the coaching profession don't realize when you lose and when you lose 2 tough games, it eats at you. And you're always trying to figure – you're like your own armchair quarterback because you're trying to find the right answer. And it's gelling right now, Danny. And, I love watching it. And I love watching these kids because I watched them growing up. I can't believe that skinny 9th grader in Holden Gerner is now this scrapping young man ready to get to the next level. But I'm glad we got one more year to watch him do that. And Justin Thomas, that kid can play any sport he wants to play. But once again, great job. I picked the Cadets to win. I'm going to say it right here. I was one of those 41% that picked you to win. And I'll always have you back there, buddy. And I enjoy watching you do what you do. You're doing a great job.
Well, Carl, I appreciate it so much. And thank you for everything you do, buddy.
All right. Have a good one. And go Dogs.
Go Dogs. Thank you.
You don't have to worry about the Cadets today.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Talk to you later, Danny.
Yes, sir. Have a great one, Carl.
You too. Thank you. I mean, at the spur of the moment, I asked him to come on. He comes on. Just a class act over at Benedictine is Danny Britt. He's been doing it a long time. It's in his blood. Now he's got to step back and be the CEO. And it's tough. I'm telling you, because I called offense for so many years. I called special teams for so many years. I really never called much defense because I like the offensive side of the ball a little more than the defensive side of the ball. So, great job over there for the Cadets. Next week, Thursday night, not Friday night, Thursday night, 7:30, Burke County, away at Burke County. So we'll go from there. I want to see if I could get – I usually do 3 videos out the door. There is one video I got off the internet, former Richmond Hill Wildcat, Joseph Petrino, at Maryland, 32-yard field goal, winning kick. They had his interview on the internet. I'm going to play that, and then we're going to get out of here, okay? So let me find it. Okay, here's Joseph Petrino's interview after he kicked the winning field goal for the Maryland Terrapins over – who are they playing against? Virginia Tech.
Chris back with you talking college football, and we're heading back to this previous weekend where University of Maryland kicker Joseph Petrino was named co-Big Ten Special Teams Player of the Week.
Sorry, it was Illinois.
Field goals. including the game winner as time expired in the 2017 win. He talked about his performance.
I'm just trying to stay as calm as I can try to make it seem like it's just a regular kick, like same as every other kick. But obviously it's going to be a little more nerve-wracking, but just try to stay as calm as possible. I've made that kick a million times in practice, so it's just an ordinary kick, just nice and easy. That was actually my first game winner.
It is the first time a University of Maryland player has been named Big Ten Special Teams Player of the Week since Javon Leake in 2019.
I got to thank Marks on Sports for that interview. Once again, Joseph Petrino out of Richmond Hill High School.
Chris, back with you talking college football.
Chris Marks.
And we're heading back to this previous weekend where
Chris Marks, okay, on Sports. He follows Maryland football, and it was against Illinois. I knew it was an orange uniform, but it was just great to see that kid excited about it from Richmond Hill on national TV. All right, quickly, I got to get out of here. Let me do this quick. Braves are a game and a half up on the Phillies. They split last night. They played the suspended game. They lost 6-5 in 7 innings. They came back and played the nightcap. Max Fried, what do I want to tell you? Complete game, 3-hitter, 4 strikeouts, helped the Braves stay at least a game and a half above the Phillies. They'll be out in San Diego tonight at 7:30. Okay, Falcons. They stayed with the Tampa Bay Bucks, but they couldn't hold on. Okay, they wound up losing 48-25, 2 offensive turnovers late in the game. They take on the Giants, New York Giants or New Jersey Giants. They're both 0-2. Somebody's going to get their first win this year, and hopefully it's our Falcons. They'll play 1 o'clock in the Meadowlands, or MetLife Stadium now, tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Ryder Cup, as far as I know, big deal here in the United States. I follow it. We were up 6-1 after yesterday. It might have changed because they played early this morning, which is, you got to go across the pond. I think it was like a 6-hour time difference. So I don't know what they wound up, but they were up 6-1 going in today. College football, okay, UGA at Vandy. Georgia State goes to Auburn at 4 o'clock. We know Holden Gurnall will be watching that one. North Carolina takes on Georgia Tech in the ATL at 7:30 tonight. Georgia Southern hosts Louisiana Lafayette at Georgia Southern at 6 p.m. And then over down the road at TA Wright Stadium, your Savannah State Tigers will take on Morehouse at 6 p.m., and it's on ESPN. I've been doing the color for Flow Sports and the Black College Sports Network for the first 2 home games. ESPN's coming in today. I'll be back in 2 weeks after they go on the road next week against Kentucky State. I'll be back for the following 2 games after that. So it's a lot of fun doing the play-by-play and watching my son, Russell DeMasi, call those plays, and being the offensive old ball coach I am, critiquing what he's doing. Okay, so that's what we got going on. Savannah State volleyball is in full swing. SCAD's in full swing. Check out them at their sites, and you can see what other local sports are going on here. Once again, it's the coach, Karl DeMasi, from Breakfast at Coaches with the Coach every Saturday morning from 9 o'clock till about 10:30, and it's all part of the Coaches Sports Network. Coach's Corner Sports Network. If you don't know what I mean, Wednesday nights we got Rubbin' and Grubbin' from 6 to 7 with Brandon, the Atlanta man Bain, talks all thing NASCAR. Okay, we know there was some fights last week. He did a great job. Go to YouTube, check it out, subscribe. Rubbin' and Grubbin', Wednesday nights, 6 to 7. Okay, then yours truly on Saturday, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, live from Coach's Corner every Saturday morning, okay, from 9 o'clock to about 10:30. And then we do have a third show that was on the internet. It's on YouTube. It's called The 19th Hole with the Herb Brothers. They followed the Masters 4 straight days back in April at Augusta, and they did a great job. Check it out. It's up there on YouTube. Like it. Subscribe to their channel. All right, and then we have 2 podcasts. Of course, the man that helps me out a lot with Stephen Weeks with the Prep Sports Report, Travis Chadon. He does what we call the Hot Grits podcast with his buddies, Spencer Maddox. They do a great job. Go to anywhere you can get your podcast, Spotify, wherever. Hot Grits podcast. These 2 young guys do a great job. And Travis does a great job helping me out with the Prep Sports Report. That's right. Go to prepsportsreport.com. You can see all the stories that him and Stephen Weeks helped me put up there. And then, of course, the Who's on First Base baseball podcast with the baseball fanatic Kyle Lawson. We usually do that every Wednesday. So that's the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Once again, whatever you're doing today, tomorrow, okay, on Monday, always sit at the park. And until next week, okay, may it always be your best week ever. God bless. I'll talk to you next week. Go Braves, go Dogs, go Eagles, go Yellow Jackets, but most of all, go Tigers. Got to root for my buddy, my son, the real Coach DeMasi, Russell DeMasi. Talk to you next week. Oh, get some breakfast at Coach's.